Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and as you can see by the title, this is one of my biggest updates I think for this channel. A lot has happened. If you can tell also by the title and by me sitting here, there's no baby. So let's go ahead and get on into that and what has been going on. So I believe the last time I updated you guys, I was 26 weeks pregnant. Now, pretty much my pregnancy went downhill after that update. I had a lot of health issues, and I will get into those in just a minute, but yeah, it was one of the toughest pregnancies that I have had, and this being my fourth, I can definitely say it will probably be my last, just because of how many like health issues I had with it. And I know, like, it wasn't my baby, like it was someone else's DNA, so that could have contributed to all the health issues, but I want to say probably not. Yeah, so after that 26 week update video, I don't know if I said it in that last video or not. I didn't go back and watch it, but I found a lump in my armpit. I told my OBGYN about it. She was a little iffy about it, just because of like how big it was. So she did send me to a breast surgeon to get it looked at. I had to get that looked at. They did ultrasounds on it. Luckily for me, they said it was benign, and it should go away after birth. So that was one of the big problems that I had. Also, you guys know that I was fighting migraines terribly. I had to go see a neurologist for my headaches. Unfortunately, she says she can't do anything until after I have the baby. She told me to pretty much do what I'm doing. She was a little baffled because they did put me on a opioid for my headaches. They put me on Fioricet, and she was a little baffled by that, like, you're pregnant, why are you taking these? But everything was fine, so she told me to just keep doing what I was doing, and then after the pregnancy, come back and we will do imaging to figure out what's going on with that. So there was those two issues. That's what kind of like started, that's when it all started going down. But on the bright side, I did get to see the baby in 40 ultrasound. I paid for one for the mom, which, as you guys know, I did it in for my last parents, and they absolutely loved it, so I did it for her. So that was a good thing to happen, like, throughout that whole 26 weeks on. So not all of it was bad. And for the record, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining about being pregnant. I honestly love it. I would, you know, if I didn't have any of these health problems, I would do it again, for sure. But yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful or anything like that. So please don't think that that's what I'm saying. No, I mean, like I said, if I didn't have anything go on, I would gladly do it again. So I'm definitely not ungrateful or anything like that. Just putting that out there. Okay, so starting at, I want to say it was 35 weeks pregnant. I woke up tremendously swollen. Like, when I say swollen, I didn't have any ankles. Even my shoulders were swollen. Like, it sounds so weird to say, but everything on me was swollen. And it was really, really tight. And I'm like, okay, this doesn't feel right. Let me go to my doctor. So I went, and they took my blood pressure, and it was in the 155s over 110s. So they were really concerned about that. They sent me to triage to get monitored. And triage sent me home within an hour. Because my blood pressure went down, and that was that. So, that whole week, 35 weeks to 36 weeks, I was miserably swollen. Like I said, my lips, my nose, 10 times bigger than what they are normally. I had no ankles, my calves, everything, my legs was swollen. So, my 36-week checkup came. At this point, my doctors knew about my blood pressure. They took it again, and it was still really high. I was battling high blood pressure for about 2 weeks. So they took it, still really high. They sent me to triage. Triage didn't, I mean, they monitored me, but that was about it. Sent me home. I had to do a urine analysis, a 24-hour urine analysis to make sure I didn't have preeclampsia. So when they got that back, they said it was hypertension, which is just high blood pressure during pregnancy, because I didn't have any of the other signs. But I did start to get the other signs of preeclampsia. Obviously I was super swollen, high blood pressure. I was seeing stars. Sometimes when I drive, sometimes when I'm sitting at home, there were like these lights that would come and go. It was really weird. I can't really explain it. But that did happen. So they obviously were really, really concerned about preeclampsia. I had another doctor's appointment, and I had Penny with me. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. This was Monday. I want to say the 2nd of March. If that was a Monday, it was Monday. I went in for an appointment. They took my blood pressure again, and they took my blood, and they were like, I know it's a hassle, but we want to send you to triage just because your blood pressure went up. It's in the 160s now, and we just want to monitor you. So I went to triage. They took more labs there. I don't know if you guys can see the bruising around here, but they blew my vein, and it really, really hurt. But they did take more labs at triage. They were monitoring me. My blood pressure never went down. My labs came back, and they were like, yeah, we want to admit you. So I was admitted at Good Samaritan Hospital on Monday, March 2nd, if the Monday was the 2nd. And they kept redoing my labs, watching me. I stayed overnight. The doctor Monday night physically called me because she wasn't at the hospital. The surgeon, she called me and she said, hey, you're going to be 37 weeks on Wednesday, and I feel we should deliver on Wednesday, the 4th of March. So I'm sitting there and everything just kind of stopped. Like, I was like, I kind of figured I was going to deliver early because my due date was originally March 24th. They bumped that to March 17th, just because of the fact of my blood pressure. So I would still have 4 days left of being pregnant if this didn't happen. So they said, we're going to deliver you for sure on Monday or on Wednesday. And I said, you know, is this like a guaranteed thing? Because I have to call the mom, Mama S. I got to call her and get her down here from New York. And they're like, yes, it's a for sure thing. We're going to deliver you on Wednesday. So Wednesday came. Mama S got down. She came to Ohio at like 11:30 at night. Her plane landed really, really late. She was there at the hospital at 9:30 in the morning. My C-section was supposed to be at 11:30. It was just really, really chaotic. I had the best nurses I think anybody could have, but everybody was just scrambled because of it being like a whole surrogacy pregnancy and not like my pregnancy, if that makes sense. We had a court order that the baby went to Mama S and not me, and nobody really knew like what to do. There was an emergency, so like I said, my C-section got bumped a little bit. So, you know, they took blood from me before I went back to the OR to check my blood platelet count. They did that. I got poked like 80 million times. Like there's bruises here and everywhere. Felt like a pincushion. Then it was time to go back to the OR. Mama S came in the OR crying like instantly. She was holding my hand throughout the whole thing. Her brother was there. So it was good to have all that support. I will insert a video of the baby being born. Now it is a little graphic, I'm going to warn you. It's not that long, but you do see some stuff. So if you don't want to see that, just fast forward.
Hi, sweetie. Hi. Hi. Maricela.
Good color.
Well. Okay.
But my C-section was, I want to say I got everything like went so fast. Like I laid out, they started at like 110 maybe, and the baby was born at 114. Now with permission, her name is Amelia, which is such a pretty name. I will post pictures at the end if you would like to see a picture of her. If you would like to also follow me on my Facebook, I have pictures of her up there. I haven't posted any on my Instagram yet just because I'm lazy and I've been trying to heal, but I will do that. I know it's just like a couple buttons, but I don't know. I'm hardly on Instagram. But there is pictures on my Facebook of her if you want to go see, and I'll leave the link below. But yeah, I'll insert a picture too. So she was born at 114. And then all of a sudden everybody in the OR stopped. And they said I needed a blood transfusion after I had the baby, and we all were like, what? Like, there's no way. It's because somebody took blood from my IV arm, which dilutes the blood and pretty much messes up your platelet count. So that was a giant mistake. She should have not have obviously done that, but you know, we live and we learn. Thankfully, I did not have to get a blood transfusion. It was just a really scary moment. They had to wheel me back with the baby to my recovery room, which was totally fine. The mom and the baby were in recovery with me, which again, like I said, it was fine. I was too drugged up to care, really. So she fed her and everything. In recovery, I was there for about 2 hours. And then they wheeled me up to my room and they got their own room. And that is, I mean, pretty much it for that part. I was in the hospital till Friday. They actually let me leave before 48 hours. So I was there less than 48 hours and I was able to go home. It was all just a giant blur. Like, it came and it went. Obviously, you know, with preeclampsia, it was very, very scary. I was honestly really scared. Especially because I didn't want it to affect my C-section, like if something were to happen. But thankfully, everything went great. They did say that the doctor was talking to me the whole time during my C-section, and she did say that my scar tissue on the inside was really thin, not thin enough for it to be high risk if I were to have another child, but thin enough to where they would watch me very closely and they would deliver me at 37 weeks if I were to have another baby. So pretty much I can only have one more child. You know, I have my 2 and I've done surrogacy twice. So I'm pretty content, honestly pretty content with everything. Obviously I do have that option if I wanted another child, but it would just be one more. And I think I'm okay with that. I know most people probably would think it's like bad news or devastating news, but honestly with what I did, I feel like I'm pretty okay with that. So they did 2 sets of stitches internally and 1 set externally. I'm obviously not going to show you guys that. She put an extra set internally for the fact of if I were to get pregnant again, it would help. But honestly, that is my huge update. There is no baby. She was 6 pounds, 3 ounces, 18 inches long, which is crazy because that's exactly how big my daughter was when she was born at 39 weeks. So I'm sure if I were to carry to term, or if I carried her to term, she would have probably been about an 8-pound baby. She was just this tiny little thing, so cute, so adorable. Like I said, I will insert a picture. Mama S, her brother, and the baby all drove back to New York. Obviously with the virus going around, they didn't want to put a newborn on a plane, which I totally understand. It took them about 14 hours to get back. They settled in nicely. She's doing great. I get updates from her when I can. It's been really, really great. Just, you know, she would cry every time she would see the baby and just thank me, and it would make me cry, and it was great. And I can't believe it's already over. It's like I just started. Like I keep telling people, like it's like I just had the transfer and now I already had a baby. So it's crazy. I am 1.5 weeks postpartum. Oh, 1.5 weeks postpartum. That's that. So yeah, baby was born. I had all those health complications. It was just a whirlwind of problems, emotions, just everything. I'm so thankful for you guys for following me again on this journey. Honestly, if it wasn't for you and my followers on Facebook and Instagram supporting me, I don't know if I could have handled it, you know, with everything that happened. I get messages all the time saying how great I am of a person and how amazing I am, and honestly, if it wasn't for the support that I get, I wouldn't be able to do it. So thank you guys so much. I can't thank you enough. I will continue posting on here. I don't know of what. So if you guys have any ideas of what you would like to see, just let me know and I will do those videos. Comment down below if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or ideas. Yeah. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.